What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Worldwide Guide. Let's check out the best places to visit in the beautiful and romantic country of France. France is consistently one of the most visited countries in the world, and for good reason. From sun-soaked beaches on the French Riviera to snow-capped alpine peaks and vineyards stretching as far as the eye can see, each region feels like its own story, shaped by centuries of art, history, and food that define the French way of life. Our first stop is Mont Saint-Michel, a tiny island crowned by a Gothic abbey, rising dramatically from the tidal flats of Normandy. This UNESCO World Heritage Site dates back to the 8th century, originally built as a monastery dedicated to the Archangel Michael. Over time, it became one of medieval Europe's most important pilgrimage sites. As you wander through its steep cobblestone streets, you'll pass old stone houses, charming shops, and tiny museums, all leading up to the spectacular Abbaye du Mont Saint-Michel at the summit. From the ramparts, you can see tides that sweep across the bay at incredible speeds. I'd also recommend staying overnight on the mainland to see the island illuminated at night. It's pure magic. Next, let's head to Bretagne, or Brittany, a peninsula in France's northwesternmost region. Brittany feels like another world where France meets Celtic legend. It's known for its rugged coastline, windswept lighthouses, and a deep sense of maritime history. Start in Saint-Malo, the walled city of corsairs, which was once home to privateers who fought for the French crown. Amazingly, most of this city was rebuilt after it was largely destroyed during a World War II battle. Today, it's a popular beach destination, and you can walk along its massive stone ramparts for sweeping views of the sea. History buffs like me will love Carnac, home to over 3,000 prehistoric standing stones that are over 6,000 years old. That's older than Stonehenge in England. And in Dinan, you'll find half-timbered houses and cobbled streets that feel untouched by time. Brittany is also the birthplace of crepes and cider, and locals take both very seriously. So if you love food like me, make sure you try both when you're here. Heading inland, our next stop is the Loire Valley. Known as the Garden of France, this is where French royalty once came to escape the chaos of court life. Here, Renaissance castles rise above vineyards and rivers, surrounded by tranquil countryside. You can start with Château de Chambord, the largest and grandest of them all. Its double helix staircase is even thought to have been influenced by Leonardo da Vinci himself. Then there's Château de Chenonceau, which stretches gracefully across the River Cher, once home to some of France's most powerful women. Nearby Amboise was a royal favorite, and da Vinci actually lived and died here. Today, you can visit his home, Clos-Lucé, to see models of his inventions. Beyond castles, the Loire Valley is also known for great wine. The region produces exceptional Sancerre, Vouvray, and Saumur wines, and many vineyards offer tastings right in their ancient cellars. Speaking of wine, let's head even further south to Bordeaux, the most famous wine region in France, and maybe the world. When people think of wine, they think of Bordeaux, and for good reason. This city has been synonymous with fine wine for centuries, and today it's one of France's most dynamic destinations. Begin your visit at La Cité du Vin, an ultramodern museum that celebrates wine's global culture, then wander through Bordeaux's elegant streets, where 18th century buildings line the Garonne River. The Place de la Bourse, reflected in the world's largest water mirror, is also a must-see. For wine lovers, the surrounding countryside is pure heaven. Take a day trip to Médoc, Graves, or Saint-Émilion, a medieval village surrounded by rolling vineyards. Bordeaux also has incredible restaurants in addition to the world-class wineries. Our next stop is Paris, the City of Light. Paris is one of the most culturally and politically important cities in the history of the world, and with all this history, it's a place I think everyone should visit at least once in their life. From quaint Parisian cafes to world-famous monuments, you'll never run out of things to do and see here. Start your visit with the Eiffel Tower, especially at sunset when it glitters every hour. Explore the Louvre, home to the Mona Lisa and thousands of masterpieces. Then wander through Tuileries Garden, right outside the museum, to the Seine River. You should also check out Notre Dame Cathedral, which is over 850 years old and is finally back open after the roof fire of 2019. Then in Montmartre, climb 280 steps up a narrow staircase to Sacré-Cœur Basilica for one of the best views in Paris. It was a tough climb in the summer heat when I visited in August, but the views truly are incredible. Paris is also made for food lovers. From buttery pastries that you can pick up in one of the thousands of bakeries around the city, to Michelin-starred fine dining. And just outside the city, about a 40-minute train ride away, the Palace of Versailles dazzles with its hall of mirrors and endless gardens. Paris is one of those destinations you'll never forget, no matter how many times you visit. Now let's change up the vibe completely and head to the eastern border, where France meets Germany, to Strasbourg. Strasbourg is a city of canals and Christmas magic. Its old town, La Petite France, looks like a storybook with its half-timbered houses with flower boxes, narrow bridges, and cozy cafes along the water. Another highlight is the Strasbourg Cathedral, a Gothic masterpiece famous for its astronomical clock and towering spire that once made it the tallest building in the world, a title it held from 1647 to 1874. Strasbourg also hosts one of Europe's oldest Christmas markets, transforming the city into a winter wonderland each December. Strasbourg is also the formal seat of the European Parliament, making the city a major political and economic hub for the country. Now it's time to check out the French Alps. If you've watched my videos before, you'll know I love snowboarding and winter sports. So Chamonix is my top pick because it hosted the first Winter Olympics in 1924 and remains one of the world's top ski resorts. Also not too far away is Mont Blanc, the highest peak in Western Europe and the birthplace of mountaineering. One of Chamonix's most awe-inspiring experiences is the ride up the Aiguille du Midi cable car. In just 20 minutes, it lifts you from the valley floor to over 12,600 feet, right into the heart of the Mont Blanc Massif. You can even see into Italy and Switzerland on a clear day. Chamonix also marks the start of the Tour de Mont Blanc, one of Europe's greatest long-distance hikes. The full circuit loops about 170 kilometers through France, Italy, and Switzerland. Back in town, Chamonix blends adventure with charm. Its streets are lined with wooden chalets, cozy fondue restaurants, and outdoor shops filled with gear for every level of explorer. Now let's head just an hour west to the alpine town of Annecy. If there's one place in France that feels effortlessly peaceful, it's Annecy. Set beside a turquoise alpine lake, the town's pastel houses, flower-lined canals, and cobblestone streets have earned it the nickname Venice of the Alps. Spend the day walking around Vieilleville and exploring artisan shops. You can also rent a bike to circle Lake Annecy, which takes about 3 hours, and there's plenty of sites to stop along the way. In summer, you can swim, sail, or even paraglide over the lake for more incredible sights of the French Alps. From alpine scenery, let's round off this list along the Mediterranean Sea. Welcome to Nice, the heart of the French Riviera. It's a city that mixes Italian warmth with French sophistication. Walk the famous Promenade des Anglais, lined with palm trees and beach clubs. Then, explore Vieux-Nice, where narrow lanes hide colorful markets and Baroque churches. Nice is also the perfect launchpad for day trips to other stunning seaside towns like Cannes, Antibes, or Èze, all less than an hour away. Perched high above the French Riviera, Èze feels like a place suspended in time. The village clings to the cliffs 400 meters above the Mediterranean, with stone lanes winding up to a spectacular exotic garden filled with cacti and sculptures. From the top, you'll get one of the most breathtaking views on the Riviera. To reach Èze, take the train from Nice to Èze-sur-Mer, then hike the steep Nietzsche path for about an hour. Or ride bus 82 or 112 straight to the top if you'd rather save your legs. Whatever way you choose to reach the top, the views are so worth it. Finally, we head to Corsica, a Mediterranean island that belongs to France but feels uniquely its own. It's a wild mix of mountains, forests, and beaches, with a fierce local identity and incredible food. Corsica is most famous as the birthplace of Napoleon Bonaparte, France's legendary general and emperor during the late 18th and early 19th centuries. You can explore Ajaccio, the town where he was born, and visit his ancestral home, Maison Bonaparte, which is now a museum displaying family heirlooms. Outside of Napoleon, Corsica offers so much more. Make sure to check out Bonifacio, a fortress town dramatically perched on limestone cliffs, and the beaches are also some of the most beautiful in Europe. You can reach Corsica by ferry from Nice or by plane from most major cities in France. and they're all short and scenic, with breathtaking views of the Mediterranean coastline. And that's it, my top places to visit in France. No matter where you go, each region tells a different story. Where would you like to visit or revisit first in France? Let me know in the comments, and make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel to keep up with my travel guides. I also have a TikTok and Instagram that it would be great for you to follow for more travel videos. Your support means the world to me, and I can't wait for you to tune into my next video. Thanks so much for watching, and safe travels.